When a man meets a woman more powerful than his ego, he doesn't just encounter another human being. He encounters a mirror that reflects not the version of himself he shows to the world, but the version he tries to hide. The fragile boy beneath the armor. At first, he may be drawn to her light. He'll admire her confidence, her independence, her ability to move through the world without seeking permission. There's something magnetic about a woman who doesn't orbit around a man's approval. She carries herself like she belongs everywhere, yet needs nowhere to validate her worth. Her presence feels like a challenge, not a loud one, but a silent, steady kind of strength that says, "I know who I am, with or without you." For a man whose ego has always been fed by control, this is unfamiliar territory. He's used to women dimming themselves to fit inside his comfort zone. He's used to admiration that feels unconditional, even when he hasn't earned it. But she is different. She doesn't admire blindly. She doesn't worship the mask. She sees through the performance. And this shakes something inside him. Because when a woman like her looks at him, she doesn't just see the image he's curated. She sees the cracks. She notices the small insecurities he tries to bury under charm. She hears the unspoken doubt in his voice. She feels the way his confidence is sometimes just a shield against the fear of not being enough. And the truth is, she's not afraid to let him know she sees it. Not by attacking him, not by exposing him, but simply by refusing to be fooled. Her strength is quiet, but unshakable. Her power is not in making him feel small. It's in refusing to make herself smaller so he can feel big. At first, he may find this intoxicating. He may think, finally, someone who challenges me. Someone who doesn't just say yes. But the deeper he goes, the more he realizes. This isn't a game he can win with charm. This isn't a battle he can fight with dominance. Because she's not competing with him, she's simply existing in her own truth. And here's where the test begins. Some men, when faced with a woman more powerful than their ego, will rise. They will see her as an inspiration, a partner, a force that makes them want to grow. They will realize that her strength doesn't threaten their masculinity. It refines it. They will understand that love isn't about being in control. It's about being in balance. They will match her power with presence, her independence with trust, her ambition with support. These men thrive because they are secure enough to know that when she shines, it doesn't dim them. It lights the path for both. But others will feel something different. Fear. Not the kind of fear you can see in trembling hands or nervous laughter. A deeper fear. The fear of irrelevance. The fear that if she doesn't need him, she might not want him. The fear that her self-sufficiency means she could leave at any moment. Not because she's cruel, but because she can. And fear has a way of turning admiration into resentment. It can twist respect into a quiet urge to control. He might start making small comments, subtle enough to pass as jokes, but sharp enough to chip away at her confidence. He might try to make her doubt her choices, her dreams, her instincts. Not because he truly believes she's wrong, but because her certainty makes him feel exposed. If she notices, and she will, she won't confront him with anger. She'll simply start to pull away, not because she's afraid of his insecurity, but because she knows she cannot shrink herself to soothe a fragile ego. Her soul was not built to live in a cage made of someone else's fears. And when she pulls away, something happens in his mind. First comes confusion, then comes regret. Because he realizes, too late, that she was never trying to overpower him. She was inviting him to meet her where she stood. She wasn't challenging his manhood. She was challenging the limits he placed on himself. For some men, this moment becomes a turning point. They begin to question why they equated power with control. They start to see that true strength is not about having the louder voice, but about having the deeper understanding. If they're willing, they grow. If they're brave enough, they evolve. But for others, they stay trapped in the story their ego tells them, that a woman's power is a threat to their own. And so, they will spend years seeking women who make them feel bigger by being smaller, never realizing they've traded depth for comfort. The truth is this: when a man meets a woman more powerful than his ego, he is given a choice: to rise or to retreat, to build a love that is an equal partnership, or to protect his pride at the cost of losing something rare. And here's the irony: the very thing he fears is the thing that could save him. Because a woman like her doesn't just love you, she teaches you. She teaches you that vulnerability is not weakness. She teaches you that respect is not obedience. She teaches you that the right partner doesn't complete you. They expand you. If he chooses to rise, he will discover a love that is unlike anything he's known. A love that is not built on control, but on trust. Not on possession, but on presence. Not on dependency, but on two whole people choosing every day to stand side by side. But if he chooses to retreat, he will carry her memory like a shadow. Not because she was perfect, but because she was the one who showed him the truth about himself. And he wasn't ready to face it. In the end, what happens when a man meets a woman more powerful than his ego depends on the man, because she will not bend to fit into his comfort. She will not dim to soothe his pride. She will simply stand in her power and wait to see if he can meet her there. And if he can't, she will walk away. Not because she doesn't care, but because she knows her worth. Because she understands that a man who fears her power will never truly love her. Only the version of her that plays small. And that version no longer exists.